I'm sorry, but Barry has zero television experience. Zero. It's called broadcast news for a reason. The broadcast piece of it matters, and she doesn't know what she's doing. It shows. The New York Times just did an in-depth piece on her that reports her mission is, and I quote, "We need to be the news." That's her new mandate over at CBS. That's every reporter's worst nightmare. That now it makes sense why Topra is tweeting out pictures of himself or videos crying uncontrollably over the fact that he didn't get to grow up in Miami. He wanted to be the news. That's every reporter's worst nightmare, for you to turn into the news story. The news is the news. Be respectful of the audience at home and stop with the damn navel gazing. Me is sad about Miami. Me is exhausted from all the news I've had to deliver. Me will hold your hand and get you through this news by telling you what the facts are. Me understands. You can hear both sides. Stop. It's nonstop opinion, and it's egocentric.
But it's not even interesting opinion. I mean, I think that's where they're going like dramatically wrong, is that nobody believes that Tony Dokoupil is just this guy who has the voice of God and can tell you what's important and what's not, and just it's not infected by his own personal biases or anything like that. He's pretending, though. That's the problem. And this is what all the other networks do wrong too, is that they're pretending that they still are able to just call balls and strikes from a neutral perspective, and that they're not bringing all their own worldviews and baggage to the situation. So it's not like it's an easy transition to make, but I think the best example, I always use this example, is like, how is Stephen Colbert, how was he during Trump's first administration the most successful guy in late night news, despite being late night comedy, despite being the most partisan by far, the most alienating, the most partisan, the least funny, again, by far. It's the opposite of what Johnny Carson did, because Johnny Carson was political, just not partisan. You didn't know where he came down, but he didn't shy away from politics. And the answer is that in order to be successful, when there's so, you're trying to get 3 million instead of 12 million people to watch, is you have to you have to find a niche audience. And the niche audience is not mushy middle bullshit that's lying to viewers and pretending that it's not coming from a perspective. And that's dead. But they're trying to do both of those things. And you're trying to do new media with this old media veneer. And it's more than a veneer.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, it won't. It definitely won't.